this is Prometheus coming off of a 2-2 showing with my draft championship. Had struggled with my quarterback play. I actually spread a lot of balls all over the place, and I really couldn't establish a good running game because I had a very slow running back. I had a couple of games with some pretty good yardage, but it was really hard to establish the outside run when I didn't have the speed to do that. And if I had someone that had fairly good users with a middle linebacker, it was difficult for me to get to the outside. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and jump into another draft championship. I'm going to go ahead and draft a new team, and let's see which cards fall down to me. Okay, so last year I actually did Ron Rivera, but this year I probably want to go ahead and try something different. I have not done John Fox with Chicago Bears, and have not done Ben McAdoo either. I've taken a peek at both of these playbooks. Ben McAdoo is actually a 43 defense according to what I saw in the system. So it's going to be the defense I'm going to be running with. He's a West Coast offense. So let's go ahead and jump into this draft and see how things work out. All right, so my base quarterback is Geno Smith, and I'm going to come out with some pretty good players. Brown dropped a lot of balls, but I do not like drafting defensive ends, whether it's a right end or a left end, even though these guys have really good block shed. It's tempting to take either one of these two, but I've got to go ahead and shore up my offense and take on a wide receiver, and hopefully Brown plays a little bit better than he did last time. All right, so another fast wide receiver fell to me, a quarterback. Oh, God, this is such a tough situation. He's a fast quarterback. He's got fairly good accuracy. His throw power is really not that good. I also have got a good blocking guy right here, but I'm going to go with the speed with the wide receiver. I'm going to take another wide receiver. There's going to shore up my wide receiver, so I've got stud wide receivers now. All right, another wide receiver fell to me. I've got another quarterback. I think I'm going to go ahead and burn a quarterback right now. It's tempting to take this 85 block. Actually, the run block is 84. Let's take a peek at what we got stock. Not a huge upgrade, but I'm going to go ahead and shore up my quarterback position with some just a little bit better a quarterback position, so I feel a little bit more comfortable with what I got. All right, so another wide receiver fell to me. I've got a left tackle, another quarterback. I'm pretty good at wide receiver right now. I need to build out some other positions. So I'm going to go ahead and take the left tackle and shore up my line because that actually does help with my running game. All right, safety fell to me, 78. Left end and outside linebacker, usually I'll take them if they're 88 speed. I'm going to go ahead and take the strong safety with Branch. That's going to give me some speed in the backfield and give me a good defensive back. All right, so another big draft position right here, 87 speed with Zach Brown. And then I've got Clay Matthews I've had before, but I'm going to go ahead and take Zach Brown because I actually can put him on the edge. I can move him all over the place. All right, so some more defenders actually fell to me. I've got Thornton, which he's got a block shed of 84. I've got this guy, Lamar Houston, who's got a block shed of 86. I can put him at a defensive end position. And I've also got Brian Cushing, who's got awareness of 84, pursuit 84, but he's not the fastest linebacker. I'm going to go thick on linebacker position, primarily because I can take these guys and I can move them around. His block shed 77. This is 86. So I'm going to go ahead and put Lamar Houston in is my next player underneath the right outside linebacker. All right, so another good player falls to me, which is going to be Marshall. I got Pouncey. Already got a quarterback. I'm pretty deep at wide receiver. I'm going to go ahead and jump into my offensive line and take a nice center. This should shore up the center of my line. All right, so corner fell to me. Roby's going to be probably the guy I'm going to take. I've got Barry Church at strong safety. Roby's faster, and you need speed in this game to be successful, so I'm going to go ahead and take Roby and shore up my defensive backfield. All right, so another defensive back falls to me. This guy, Stewart, is actually not that fast. Julius Peppers, block shed 78 is really not that good. This guy's got block shed of 93. I have to take, I don't like taking defensive tackles, but I've got to take this guy. He's got really good block shed. It's going to be something I can use up front. Another wide receiver fell to me. I've got a tight end, which is Barnage. So if I go ahead and take a tight end, that actually goes ahead and kind of clears out my backfield. All I need is a running back, which I have not had one fall to me yet. Hopefully I'll be able to do that, but I'm going to have to take Barnage. Really good catch, huge size, good catch in traffic, spec catch, so I'm going to go ahead and take Barnage. Alright, so another defender falls down to me. I already have a right, no I don't have a right tackle. He's not the best. Let's see here, this guy's 90 blocking, he is 87 blocking. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and shore up my right tackle. As you can see, I've got gold players on the inside and the guards, and this actually gives me some balance on my offensive line. I've got good tackle play and guards. Now, here we go. Finally, a player that I can actually use. I've got a good running back. I've also got a free safety I can take. This is very, very tempting. I don't know which direction to go. Even tempted to take Hopkins because Hopkins has beat me in the past, but I'm going to have to take it down to either one of these two people. Who would you take in this situation? Stop it. Let me know. Would you take the running back or would you take the free safety? Who would you chance it on? Now, this is my take. I have not seen a lot of good running backs fall to me in this type of a draft. Usually it's very thin on running backs, so I'm going to go ahead and take a running back in this position, but taking Larry Wilson is a very tempting thing to do because he does actually have pretty good play recognition, but his man coverage is not that great. His zone coverage is fairly good. We're going to go ahead and take the running back in this situation. That was probably one of the toughest calls I had to make right there. All right, so that worked out for me because now I've got a free safety actually falls to me with it, who's actually just as good. Lawyer Malloy is a little bit slower. He's got bad man coverage. I've got better man coverage, and I don't necessarily do a lot of hit sticks with my free safety. So there you go. Shore up my free safety. I think all I'm needing is a defensive back right there, and I think I've got Terrace Newman fall to me. So Brown is actually kind of tempting to take, but I don't have a well-rounded secondary, and you need secondary players to be successful in this game. So I'm going to go ahead and take Terrence Newman. That's going to be the player I'm going to take. So this is going to be my draft. Let's see how things shake out as far as my draft is concerned. 81 overall, 79 defense, and offense I've got an 82. And let's go ahead and play around with this roster. All right, so this is my offense. I've got a stud tackle. I've got a gold tackle right here, good run blocking. I got another good run blocking right here. Fairly good run blocking with this right guard, and then I've got some fairly good run blocking. So this team is designed to run. I've also got Barnage, who actually does have fairly good run blocking. Not as good as the base run blocker, but he's got some fairly good size. Running backs, or my wide receivers, I got two good wide receivers, and then I've got obviously a good running back in Adrian Peterson, and I've got a JJ. This guy is actually not that bad for a base running back. He's 85 speed. That's actually a burner for a base. But I've got Teddy Bridgewater. Hopefully I can put balls in good positions. Because I actually didn't have a lot of defensive players fall to me, but I went ahead and settled for defensive backfield. I actually could have put another edge rusher on, but got myself some defenders. Corners aren't the best corners, but they're better than base. Lamar Houston at the right outside linebacker falls down on a line. Good block shed with 87. He is a lineman by trait, and then I got a defensive tackle. And the Shelby guy as a silver is actually not that bad with a block shed 74 speed, so I'm not going to get a ton of pressure off the edge. I just need those guys to control their gaps, so my linebackers can actually get out there. In particular, Zach Brown. He's got lights out speed. I've got to make sure that when I'm using a 43 under, I set up the blitz so he actually gets there. So as far as my team's concerned, this is actually a fairly good team. I'm going to go ahead and jump into building out a scheme out of the Giants playbook. I'm going to go ahead and keep the single back deuce in this set. I'll probably build out 3 more sets to give myself something to work with, then see what I've got on defense. There's a 5-2, I believe, in this particular playbook that I have to take a look at, so I'll go ahead and I'll try to build something out for you guys, or at least do some research. So once again, to my subscribers, I don't cherry pick my games. I'll show you my losses. I show you the bad plays I make. I show you the good plays I make, the games I've actually pulled out last minute against my opponents, and some of the challenges that I get. So thanks a lot, guys, for your support. I hope some of these gameplays you can learn from it, learn from my frustrations and from my victories, and you guys can pick up on some of the schemes that I built out, because I'm constantly building out new schemes that you guys can implement into your playbooks. Thanks a lot, and until next time.